So the first question is, what power do these women claim that women have?
I think it's their beauty. Like what we talked about earlier. Like women are more powerful when
Their most powerful weapon is beauty.
is beauty, yes. When they know that they are. So some may use it against men, like to control or dominate men. Some they use it for their own personal desires or intentions. Some they use it for money. But that's a weapon. That's what I think the weapon that's been talked about here.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Apart from using it as a weapon, just like the title, it's their right to look pretty, to be beautiful, to take care of themselves. So I feel like it's not just an weapon, but it's like beauty with a purpose.
Yeah, but I think for this case, she doesn't use that to like dominate men, right?
No, because I think
Yeah.
part of it is if you use it in that way, then you lose something.
You lose something.
You're losing like your virtue, really
Innocence.
grace, or what makes you
Yes.
inwardly beautiful, purity.
Purity, innocence, virtue, love.
No, I know a really funny Chinese sentence. It said, beauty with any skills goes together, it will become a bomb. You know, but beauty goes with itself, it means nothing.
Oh, so beauty with what?
With any skills that you have, it will like a bomb. You can explode
yeah.
it, it's awesome. But only when beauty goes with itself, with nothing. I mean, it's just like nothing. When you only have beauty, but
Yeah, that's
nothing
the
else,
same
then it's
thing
like,
to it. Like
you know.
you can be.
But I think, I don't know, yeah.
Anyone else want to say anything?
Yeah, so it started off like what you guys mentioned, that they thought that beauty, even though there are other purposes of women having beauty, but can also be a weapon at the end of the at the end of the writing. It's not really meant to conquer men. I feel like it's just one of women's nature.
That's right. Should we go to the second question? Or the second question, tell us, please.
How is beauty a benefit or hindrance for women in these writings?
Because they can use beauty to get what they want, according to these authors. But like I was saying before, if you use that beauty in a bad way, like to get bad things, you're losing something of yourself.
You think so?
That's what they
It's
say.
That's what they say. But I feel like this kind of stuff are pretty popular in these days. You know what I mean?
Like using your beauty to get things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you use it in a bad way, you lose something.
Yeah.
But if you use it to gain something,
In a good way.
like in a good way,
You gain something.
you gain something.
Is that what it meant?
So, I mean, that's the opposite of it.
I want a specific example, Quentin,
Beauty?
of this question.
Like if a girl wants a promotion in a company, it uses this beauty to, but in the end you lose something, but gain something more, like the promotion.
I see. How do you great.
Maybe get the promotion and also the boss.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Win-win.
reality.
Win-win.
Okay, next question.
Irrelevant.
Are women portrayed as inferior to men in these writings? Does it?
I think this, I mean, for the rights of women, I think the poet is just like advising women to like use, I mean, even if you have beauty, try and use it well. So I don't think women are inferior in this poem, The Rights of Women. It's like she's advising women to like, oh, stand tall, know your worth, this is this, and know to use your beauty in a good motive, good sense. Don't misuse it or something like that. So I don't think so that women, for the rights of women, is not being seen as inferior. That's what I think. What do you guys think?
In one way they are, and in another way they're not, because men are more in these writings vulnerable to like being trash or susceptible to sin or like temptation. They have that excuse. But women, because they aren't that way, that means they're already elevated. So when they do step down, it's like worse because you're giving up like your natural beauty that women naturally have. I think is kind of the idea of what they're saying. But then it's also negative because men have an excuse to be bad where women don't. So it's kind of a double standard.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that?
So
Men
because
have skills to be bad.
an excuse, not a skill.
Oh, excuse.
Because they're just born worse in this context. Like,
I feel it's a choice. It's up to you if you want to be worse.
for sure. But like in these writings, men are not as noble as women are naturally. So when a woman does step down, then it's like, oh, how could you do that to yourself? Where like men, it's a given.
It's a
might be this
given.
way. But in a weird way, it creates this double standard then where, oh, that just means men can get away with everything because it's in their nature.
Yes. This is a dumb example. It's like, for example, a man sleeping with a lot of women. Like try comparing a man sleeping with a lot of women. How would you talk about that person and
Yeah.
a woman sleeping with a lot of men? Like, oh, she's a.
Yeah.
But men, we don't have an excuse for that. Like, they can easily run away with that because.
Like it's so unfair.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's like, what?
Get rid of the black gay
Okay.
So I was saying that like men were better than women. Is that what it was saying? Or
What I'm saying?
yeah, or the passage.
I think he is saying that women are more beautiful than men and maybe virtuous.
Because we're like soft and we
And
just need to be that way. You don't have to like step down or be over there.
where like men have to work at it is kind of the implication to try
Right.
better. But maybe that's reading it wrong.
Do women need to rely on men in these writings?
Looks like.
Yeah.
Because all they have is their beauty.
Yeah.
You know, they don't do anything else.
It's just like you can't carry a
Yeah.
box of what by yourself into a house. You need someone for that.
I feel like they can rely or they cannot. I feel like in this writing, if a man finds a woman of beauty, that man can do anything for that woman, and that woman, it's like it's not like she's burdening or what, but it's like he's thinking if she leaves him for another man, like he doesn't want that to happen, so
So
will
he
do
does everything.
everything for them.
So she doesn't need to do
Yeah.
anything.
And the only thing that the other side, I think women needs to rely on the men if because they don't do anything. Like men provide. Blah, blah, blah.
I think it's always been like that, like the culture of survival. It's just the man who needs to provide.
Unless it's true love.
I think it's different for some women, because some women they don't like it when men provide for them, so they stand on their own two feet. But for these two writings, I think they need to rely, because all they have is looks.
What do you guys think?
Do you think it's a bad thing?
The women rely on men.
Like women only having to provide, having to
Men.
provide beauty. That's it.
Yeah, because that's not much of a purpose.
He's saying
You're-
like
you're
duh.
gonna- You're gonna feel unfulfilled.
I mean, nothing wrong with that, because like the things you guys talk about is based on this. He talk about it more based on gospel principles. Because like at least I feel that, God created everybody. It's not, you're here for provide the beauty. You definitely have a purpose. We have to do something. If you're only focused on the beauty, you're going to lose a lot. I think we talked about that earlier too. Right?
Yeah,
Kind
if
of.
your definition is like beauty here, where it talks about having grace and just like purity, then that's all physical. But if your definition of beauty is a beautiful person is somebody who works hard, who's somebody who's like willing to go out and stuff, then that changes a little bit.
Okay, so let's put it in this way. So for example, you got married, you have a wife, you make enough money to provide the family. You don't need your wife to go out. She has to stay home. And she doesn't work, but she has her job, which is like to take care of the family, kids. She's still, how to say it?
Fulfilling a purpose.
Yeah. You know what I mean? She's still, how can I say this? She's still doing something. I mean, I don't want to use the word useless, but she's still like how do you say, strengthen the family and doing something, or it's not just focus on.
Well, that's
being
different from like what this definition is of just putting like a woman on a pedestal so she can just look good all day. That's still like doing something.
Yeah,
If your only purpose is just to sit there and look nice.
Oh, I see. I got one. That's not good.
Not at all.
Yeah, but however, I feel like from reading the different writings, I feel like one agrees and one doesn't agree to
That's right.
it, which leads us to our next question.
Correct.
Mary Wollstonecraft points out the beauty was important to women because it helped them find a man to rely on. So we said that women have to rely on men, right? But the other one, the prevailing opinion of sexual character discussion, it says that to prevent misconstruction, she doesn't believe in like men only supposed to have the right to do all these things, but women have the potential as well to gain education, become a strong woman, and also provide for us and family. So education is the key, like educating people on how women empowerment and all these things can help women become stronger and educated.
Barbell, whatever you say it, does not agree. I feel like that writing does not agree with
No.
Wollstonecraft's writing.
Christ said,
Yeah,
does
sorry.
beauty was important to women?
Say that again.
Does
Why?
beauty
Does
was important to women? I mean, I just want to make this question. Do you think beauty is really important to
Is beauty important to women?
Yeah. is
Yes,
beauty-
yes, yes, it is.
Yes.
It is.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because like, I don't know. I feel like beauty does really important. When you,
Are you talking about physical beauty?
yeah, I'm talking about this. Wait, what are you talking about? Spiritual beauty over here?
Well, just like beauty in
In
general.
general?
Face
Wait.
beauty? Like physical beauty?
Physical
or-
beauty, yeah.
Is that your
I
question?
still think it's important.
Yeah,
I
it is.
do think so too. Because like, how do you say that? When you get like when you get an interview for work, okay, like the physical beauty people will always give people a really, how do you say,
Smart.
that's smart.
Intelligent.
Just like, yeah, you will catch people's attention.
Just
People,
from
yeah,
first
focus on you
impression.
more, and yeah, and they're willing to give you more help. I don't know if you guys feel that way. I do feel that way.
Wait,
That didn't make sense.
yeah.
You don't feel that makes sense. I mean, physical beauty can get more help from people
Yeah.
than others.
Okay.
Privileges, advantages, if you have beauty.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's it. That's a good answer. That's a good advantage.
3 minutes.
But don't take an advantage. Okay. Just kidding.
I think two of the lines from Anna's writing, it's that took my attention of or proved that she doesn't agree with women having to rely on men is that she says, make treacherous men thy subject, not thy friend. Thou mayest command, but never cast. So it's like what Melly mentioned, that she agrees that women can be educated and have more power than just beauty.
Yeah, I mean, in these days it's like that.
Well, even in this, she's telling women, like, you don't need men to rely on you. You don't need to rely on
Oh,
men. Men can rely on you if you really want to.
Clearly,
Okay.
it's what the-
Okay, let's stop over here for a little bit. Just say in this country, in the United States, you're a guy and your wife go out working, provide a family. You're home taking care of the kids. How do you feel about that? Not physically, I'm talking about spiritually. How do you feel that? Do you feel the pressure?
To go out and provide.
Yeah. I mean, when you stay home, you spending her money. Do you feel the pressure from her?
No.
He
You don't
will-
feel that's bad?
I believe that he will feel menless. Jokes.
But it actually depends
Depends
on
on
the
the
relationship between you
circumstance.
two.
Yeah.
If you two agree to each other for her to work and for him to stay home, then that's whatever opinions that comes from everyone else doesn't matter because that's what they agreed on.
That depends on you mean first relationship, second.
Would you allow your wife to work and you stay home?
Oh
with the
yeah,
kids?
no, I mean,
Probably not.
yeah, that's how our culture. Cause like I feel that's a little bit awkward, you know. I just like it.
Well, I mean, you go back probably 40 years ago, it's probably the same here. It's still the same in a lot of places, but I think it's changed over time.
I mean, we can both work, but I won't let her work to provide me because I feel,
You're not fulfilling your role.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds a little bit proud, painful. No.
You could make an argument. It's in the family proclamation to a degree, so.
Your job is to protect.
Yeah, because like from the human health science class, I also learned about that from my teacher. She said there is a period of time that in her family she used to provide the family, you know.
Just depends on your circumstance.
Yeah, they have a discuss about that, you know. But
Yeah.
it really worked out.